In Sicily, I'm still a grid slave. Our 32,000 euro system was 50% state-funded, but it's still built on dependency, like most systems worldwide. It's synchronized to the grid. And the catch? We sell our power for pennies, maybe 5 to 8 cents, and buy it back for 8 times that price. Even worse, if the grid goes down, our house goes dark, even with 15 kilowatt hours of batteries sitting right there. Finally, it's overpriced, it's overregulated, and frankly, it's just a bad deal for 2026. But here in Tuscany, I've made a radical decision. I don't sell a single watt. I keep them all. And today we will talk about that using this infographic. Hi, Norbert here. I'm energy engineer. In video number 133, I explain how to put the utility again in its traditional role as a supplier, and only that. After an interesting start 20 years ago with prosumers, and that means producers and consumers at the same time, they are now rowing back. They have their reasons, but I have mine. Standard PV systems are grid slaves. In case of a blackout, you have the PV and the batteries, but no power all the same. On the other hand, my Tuscany system is a grid master. It is galvanically independent. It doesn't ask for permission and it doesn't need a buying partner to be profitable. I have no financial or other interest in sales to Victron. I just want to share the experience that I have myself. I fired the utility as my buyer, and today I am showing you the zero feed-in revolution. In slide 1, I talk about the energy freedom comparison. The difference isn't just hardware, it's philosophy. We were promised that our production would be appreciated, but the good old times of fair feed-in tariffs are gone. The few pennies are sometimes completely drowned by transport costs and taxes. Now they take our euros or dollars and give you back pennies. In slide 2 we see the Sicily reality, grid tied. In Sicily we have a classic grid tied setup like the most of you. It's a grid slave architecture because the supplier decides a price for sell and buy. It may be attractive that you don't have to invest in many batteries because the grid behaves as a super battery, but here comes the problem. In slide 3 we see the 5 cent versus the 40 cent disaster. Economically, selling at 5 cents while buying at 40 is a disaster. It means your battery is 8 times more valuable than the grid itself. Every kilowatt hour that you sell is a missed opportunity for your return on investment. Moreover, if there is a blackout, you are without power, even if PV panels, batteries and charger are all on your territory. On the other hand, in Tuscany, we use a central energy manager that charges the batteries and creates a local island of alternating current. It doesn't synchronize to the grid to feed back power. If the grid fails, the system physically disconnects and keeps running instantly, so your electronics never skip a beat. And in slide 5 we see a power assist hack. Because we have only a 3 kilowatt grid contract, I use power assist. If my heat pump and oven kick in together, the Victron pulls 3 kilowatts from the grid and adds up also 3 kilowatts from the battery. And the result? That's 6 kilowatt peak power on a tiny, cheap 3 kilowatt contract. And this is the only moment that two AC power sources mix together, but never will it flow back into the grid. And finally, in slide 6 we see the winter bridge micro CHP, and that means combined heat and power. A big upgrade that I developed a year ago, and it's documented in this playlist with its 8 videos. The fact is in the winter, the PV production can drop to 20%. That's where the micro CHP comes in. Instead of just electricity from the generator, we recover nearly 100% of the engine heat to warm the house, while the electricity runs at the same time the heat pump and charges the batteries. The nice thing is that also the heat is stored. There's no need to use it right when it comes from the generator. Storing heat is 10 times as cheap as storing electricity. And the generator has in this configuration 80% efficiency compared to only 30% that you get from a standard generator that produces only electricity. And then in slide 7 you see the final verdict. You must consume electricity yourself. The secret is the storage. When you can put energy in a time machine, you bridge the gap between sell and buy prices yourself. You aren't a merchant anymore, you are a master. If you are ready to stop being a grid slave, then I've broken the implementation down into 3 tiers on my Gumroad platform. Tier 1, that's the grid master theory. This goes deep into the zero feed-in logic and the conceptual architecture of the system. In Tier 2, I give you the Pro Blueprint, my exact shopping list for 2026, labor estimates and financial calculations. And in Tier 3, finally, there's this Winter Independence bundle. Here you see the secrets of the micro CHP, that's the combined heat and power, and that's a system to stay warm and powered during long-term winter blackouts. Stop giving your power away for pennies. Grab one of the blueprints that fits your needs in the link below. I wish you good energy.